And so the reason that salespeople ask questions is we need them to say it, not us. So within that context, because closers ask hard questions and because we are curious, that means that we ask more questions. And so what a lot of people don't know is the person asking is the person closing. So there's a reason that when you're in an interrogation, they're like, I'm asking the questions here. It's because the person asking the questions is the one who's in control. You're the one who's leading the sale because the questions guide the conversation. And so you want to be the spirit guide who's letting your questions guide the person to the natural conclusion. And so fundamentally, sales is an education process. And so our goal is to simply figure out what pieces of information they need in order to make a decision and act on it. And so if we think about sales as teaching, because teaching is same conditions, new behavior, then we want them to now have a new behavior, which is buying, which we've motivated them to do by pointing out the deprivation they've had in their lives and presenting our solution as the thing that will bridge that gap. And so if someone asks you questions, it's like hot potato. That's why we ask a question back, because we take back control. The reason the details are death is because they are asking you questions. They are in control, not you. The other reason that questions are so powerful is that no one can disagree with a question, all right? So it doesn't matter what they say. If you just ask a question about it, they can't disagree with a question, which makes you like smoke. And so this is my little ism that I like telling my team is that you want to be like smoke. Like they can't catch you. Like any statement that you give is an opportunity for them to disagree. And we want to never disagree with prospects. Now, some people might disagree with that, and I don't care. And so the thing is you don't disagree with prospects because the likelihood that you lose rapport with the prospect is super high. You can agree with the reason behind the question. You can agree or say that it's understandable for them to have a question, but you don't want to disagree. So there's very different saying, don't disagree with agreeing with everything they say. Very different. You just don't want to create a competitive environment. And so questions allow you to have that gap. And so statements are bombs that they can then blow up in your face. And so if we are ever going to answer things, we check to see what answer they want and then say it. And so they say, hey, what kind of food's on the plan? I say, what kind of food you looking for? Hey, what are your workouts like? Well, what workouts are you looking for, right? And then they say, well, I was hoping you do some sort of cardio and weights. Well, that's exactly what you do. You're in luck, right? Because they just told me the answer. And so it's amazing. At the end of this, they're like, dude, this sounds exactly like what I want. I'm like, yes, because you told me what you wanted and I told you that's what it was. Now, again, you want to be ethical and making sure that you're not deceiving people, but I think it's way more about how you frame the solution, right?